A little bit of Vicky Booten and some hand stitching, and today we are Scraplift Craftenooning away with a fantastic layout brought to us by Scrappyroo 2, and this is the layout we are scrapping today. Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I am creating a memory page using a photo from 2019 when I took my girls to see Chicago. So as I said, I am Vicky Booten inspired this time. I'm going to use some of her papers plus some other scraps to build up this layout. And yes, I am hand stitching, which is pretty unusual. So that colourful layout is very beautiful and I do love it, but I'm going to go with more of the black and grey monotony effect because I like the flowers on this paper. So first of all, I'm going to start by creating my frame for my layout, and that is a 1-inch frame which I got out because I'm going to use the brown to match my photo for this layout. And I like that the brown or the beige or the, well, it's a coffee colour really, is matching the colour in my daughter's jacket in the photo. So that's bringing it all together. Just trimming down that paper there with the grid on it and the ombre effect, and that's going to be my base. And then I'm cutting a 6-inch by 12-inch, but I'm going to actually take off about ½ an inch of this on the sides to use as my horizontal bar on this layout. Okay, now that I have those almost ready, I can start building my base. So I'm going to use my double-sided tape and I will just quickly whip it around. Sometimes I do this off camera, sometimes I do it on camera because people would like to see how it's done. I do one side at a time. It allows me to get that smooth alignment and allows for no ripple in the layout. Now I have put the darker ombre to the bottom because I want the flowers to pop on that bottom part. This horizontal bar of paper I'm going to put more towards the top, and that's because the flowers are a little larger and I just want it to be there, and my photo is larger than the original photo. So that is why my space at the bottom is smaller than Scrappyroo 2's original one. And I'm just going to mat it once today, and I'm using, like I said, the gutted part from my frame, and you can see that it has picked up the colours of my daughter's jacket and really made the photo now pop off that layout. So I have some black here with some gold in it, and that's to pick up the colours in the photos as well, the black and the gold in there. And then I'm going with the bright yellow just to give it a pop. It's actually more of an orangey colour, but it's appearing yellow on screen. It's more of an orangey tinge, and that's another Vicky Booten paper. And I'm just lining up where it's going to sit so I know where I've got to put it down. And the reason I'm taping all this down is so that when I put it together I can actually then do the hand stitching. And so this is the mapping out of the layout, and that's important when you're trying to add an element like hand stitching to a layout, is that you get your base elements down first and then you can do the stitching. So I am just splitting it, showing you how you can stretch your stash so that you can have the right elements on your page. Now no one's going to see underneath that photo, so they won't know that that isn't full pieces. I have got my strip here that I'm using the red, and that's to pick up the red in the photo as well, but it has the cream colour in it for those dots. They look white but they're actually a cream. I am going to rule a line in which my stitching will go along, and I'm going to use a chain stitch, and I have done that off screen and you can see it there. It is done with a white thicker yarn, and I like the chunky effect that it has, and as a result of that I am going to put my photo up on the foam dots so that it does lift up over the top of that stitching. So now that I've done that, I can build my layout, and as I said, I've fussy cut flowers from the rest of that paper that was left over from the horizontal strip, and also from the coloured Vicky Booten flowers I have cut out 3. 2 with the purpley colours and 1 with a soft peachy colour, and it marries with her my daughter's jacket as well. So just layering these up across the bottom. I did all the flowers that had the straight edges. I trimmed around those. I fussy cut those out so that they would build the ledge at the bottom. And I like that there's a bit of the black peeking through, but I also am going to tuck those colourful ones in underneath as well, just to create that full garden effect down the bottom. And I do love how this is coming together. The black and the white is quite simple, and that allows that photo to really pop there. And so they're things to consider when you are putting together a layout using the black and the white or very bright coloured photos. Now, this photo, as I said, was when I took my daughters to see Chicago. It was back in 2019. We went with a group from work. It was great. We had a work girls' night out, and I took my girls and my mum. We saw Chicago, and for Lily, my youngest, it was a love affair for her. She fell in love with it and has loved it ever since, and looks for every opportunity to see anything related to Chicago. So she even, like, for Christmas that year, I got her the DVD. She has since seen it, and again, she just loves it. She wants to go back every time it's on, and so we will obviously be making trips to see Chicago over and over and over, but that's okay. If you like something, you like something. I did that once when I was younger too with Rasputin. Did the same thing, saw it over and over and over again. I loved it with John English, and I saw it, I think in 1 week I saw it 7 times. So it is one I love that I share with my girls. I love the theatre, and I have been introducing them to the theatre as well. So I'm just adding in some arrow enamel pieces here, and that's just to build that strip across the top there that Scrappy Roo had with her dots. And I'm going to put in my title here, and these stickers are just perfect for it because they're in the black and the white and the gold, and it comes up together beautifully for that one. And then to finish it off, I went and found some other tiny little thicker stickers, and I also die cut this bulldog clip, which I'm putting to the top there. That Scrappy Roo has a feature with a paper clip on hers. And then I'm adding the rest of these little letters in the beigey browns and blacks, so it blends with the colours of the layout, so that I have the title All That Jazz. And I'm going to have to glue some of these into place because they have lost their stickiness, which is very frustrating at times. I don't know if you find that with your thickers, that they lose their stickiness after a while, but it's an easy fix. You just pick them up and glue them with a bit of that Nouveau Deluxe, and it works nicely. And that's what I'm going to do here. I put a little bit on my finger so I can just dab it to the back, and makes it a clean solution onto your layout. And I just need to put that A with a little bit there, and then I have that title, All That Jazz. And then down the bottom, I'm going to put in, using these black thickers that are uniquely creative, I'm going to put in 2019 because that's when it happened, and that's what Scrappy Roo 2 has on her layout down the bottom of hers as well. Now, just to make it stand out even more, I'm just going to outline it with a black pen, and I am using the ruler on this one because I didn't trim it perfectly with that horizontal, but that's okay. By drawing in the black line, I'm now making it stand out as a frame within a frame, and that's just a little added extra to make it pop just that little bit more. And I really like how that's just added that little bit extra to the overall feel of the layout. Once that's done, you can see now that it just stands up off that frame, and I'm covering it here so that I can add some splatters. At first I thought I was going to go gold, but then I actually end up going with the spritz, and I'm using the squeezed lemon, and I really like this colour. It's a great colour to use on your layouts. It gives a lighter goldy sheen to it, so just so it doesn't actually overtake, and it picks up the colour in those letters. So there you can see my layout come together. I like that bulldog clip. I think I'm going to use that a bit more now. Then you can see my hand stitching in there. You can see the splatters. You can see the garden flowers down the bottom, which emulate the original. I have a full playlist down below of all the wonderful people playing along this scrappy afternoon on the Scraplift Crafternoon. The tribe is fantastic. Thanks, Tara, for keeping us on task and keeping us together. Happy scrapping, everybody. I hope I've earned a thumbs up from you. I'll see you in the next video, and this one I recommend for you.